Hey there, it's Danielle Matthews. I am so excited that you're going to be doing it in-home. Doing events is what started my business really growing, and figuring out how to make them duplicatable so that your team can then do them without you is kind of the key. I was really excited at the Ascent trip last year. I talked to Terry Latham a lot, and he was telling me what they were doing in Texas that was duplicating out really well. And he said it's super simple. We basically just press play. And he shares that it's show, share, connect, collect is what they do to do an in-home. And so our team has started integrating that, and I wanted to shoot this just so you can refresh yourself if you're about to do an in-home on what it should look like. I'm going to share my screen. If you don't have this document already, I can definitely send it over to you. But basically, this goes over the supplies you're going to need, super simple, and the outline of show, share, connect, collect. And then, you know, there's some wording in here. So if you're not comfortable with the genesis of the company, you can read through it. If you're reading from a clipboard or a printed out sheet, that's duplicatable. Anybody can stand up and do that, all right? It's not really about you, it's about the message. So that's what we have here. And then I wanted to just kind of visually, oops, I started at the end. How about we start at the beginning? Visually share with you what this can look like. So show, share, connect, collect. That's exactly what you go through. And it's a simple process. And I don't care where you are when you do this in-home. It doesn't have to be in your home. I haven't done them at home because I didn't have a home that you could. I've done them all over. So I've done them in different meeting spaces, gyms, coffee shops, in the lobbies of different apartment buildings. You can do them in people's houses, different community centers, and of course, wellness centers. Every single time, you can see it in the background in this photo, I show the same video. I say, look, I could do a 45-minute presentation on this, PowerPoint style, or we can watch a fun video that will set the context for what we're going to discuss tonight. And then I just press play, because anybody, anywhere can press play. And after the video is over, after you show it to them, you then share. This is the most fun because now we get to start interacting. Of course, you're going to share the products with them and photos, but what I love is to share the genesis of ASEA first. And when you start talking about that beta test group of 40 people, you know, to see, are they going to drink it? You know, if there's a perceived health benefit, if it doesn't taste great, you get people to try it, say, who hasn't tasted it yet? And now they're getting, you know, they're getting stimulated in a different way because their senses are now getting stimulated. They're drinking it, they're having conversations. It's about them now. And you can talk about why it tastes different to different people. And then, of course, share testimonials. You want them to be compliant, but you want to get your team up there sharing so people can see that this is beyond just you and your experience, and others are having great experiences. And if no one in the room has had an experience yet, go on to See a Healthy Self or pull up one of the ASEA stories on YouTube and share that testimonial. And then, of course, get the gel on people. Now, never make a promise, right, that it's going to do something for sure, but you can share all of the photos of the before and after things we see with the gel, and then you can tell people to rub it on one hand and not the other and see the difference, or they can rub it on an area of discomfort or range of motion issue. 3 applications in 5 minutes, we see the best results, but we never promise anything. And it's great if results do occur because then they're sharing organically and people are watching this technology work. You can also do the Tyndall swipe, right? You can have them swipe it here 3 times and see what results they get in their body. But get people sharing the product on themselves. It's wonderful. And then you connect. Now, this is key. You want to connect people to somebody outside of the room. So my upline is Dr. Silverman, and you'll see I get a group of people. They plug in to someone else besides me. You've got to connect them so that their view, their vision gets larger than this room. Look, this is bigger than this community. It's bigger than, you know, your home. This is something that's happening all over the world. And this person will come in and they won't explain ASEA. They'll just validate. They're going to share their own story, their own experience, and they're going to talk about what they've seen and where they see this company going and validate everything that they've experienced up to this point in the event. Eventually, you are going to be doing the connect calls for your team, zooming in to people across the US, across the world, and it's simple 5-minute phone calls anybody can do. And then, of course, don't forget the last part, collect a decision. All right, you've got to help. I like to put people in buckets because then people choose. So I say, look, some people are in the bucket of, I just want to take a bath in this stuff, show me where to sign up, and I want to get it. Others, this sounds great to you, but you still have questions that we didn't get answered yet. And then some of you want to be part of this team, and you want to know what it means to do the business. Whatever bucket you're in will help you with your next step. And then before I wrap up, I want to go over the ways to order. So I do this as a group with everybody, talk about retail, not ordering off Amazon, talk about preferred customers and associates, always starting with the entrepreneur pack and going down. So you don't have to have that conversation 10 times. And then you don't need to answer questions as a group. You can do that individually. And you just thank people for coming and wrap up. Guys, show, share, connect, collect. I'm telling you, that time I spent at Ascent learning from Terry Latham about what his team was doing was great. Try to get to Ascent. You get to learn from the top leaders all over what's really working in people's businesses. And the main message that I have is don't complicate this. It's super simple. Press play, plug people in, and your business will start growing and duplicating the way that you want it to. Let me know if you have any questions. Super excited to do the Connect calls with you, and can't wait to meet all the people that are coming to learn.